Hello and welcome back to another Glow With Me episode with your host Steph. I'm here talking all things about glowing up in your life physically, mentally, emotionally, and everything in between, because we are on our journeys to become 1% better every single day. So I'm going to be your little motivational person in your ear who talks all the tips and tricks that I have personally learned on my glow up journey. I'm definitely going through it every single day, just like you guys are. I'm a girl in her 20s who wants to just become a better version of herself and who wants to be able to spread all the tips and tricks that I'm learning with you girls as well. So let's get into this episode. We're going to talk all things about being in our healthy hair and skin era. If you are someone who wants to be in your healthy hair and skin era, we are glowing up from the inside out. We are glowing up with all these different tips because we want to achieve the glow in our hair and skin so that we feel so amazing in ourselves every single day. First of all, let's get into the favorites of this week. I've been focusing on getting more protein into my diet as much as I can so that I feel fuller for longer, and I can also work on growing more muscle, which I'm going to the gym and also Pilates for. And I have found these amazing little snacks. They're called Paul's Protein Dairy Snacks. You can also get the protein yogurts, but the dairy snacks are like custard. There's a vanilla flavor, a caramel, and a chocolate, and they absolutely taste divine. I have had them for breakfast sometimes with a bowl of fruit. I've had them for dessert when I feel like I need them. They're literally $2.30 each, and they're 130 calories. And it tastes like I'm having custard for breakfast, and I'm getting 16 grams of protein, which I know is not a good 30-gram amount of protein meal, but it gets me closer to my goals, because instead I could be just having a little bit of granola or a muesli bar or sometimes a protein smoothie, which my vegan protein only has about 16 grams of protein in it anyways. So I feel like it is an improvement, and I can have it with other sources of protein to make me feel fuller for longer. Or it can just be a little snack that you have throughout the day if you want to increase your protein intake. So I've been loving them. They actually taste divine. Another favorite of mine this week is my Lilo Active wear. I have my leggings on right now. I have a burgundy set, which I have the top and the bottom. I have a brown set where I have the Sculpt tank, which I absolutely love. It literally makes the girls look amazing, and it just snatches you in. And I have the brown leggings to go with it, as well as the brown shorts, and I'm probably going to be living in them for the next couple months because they absolutely feel like butter. They snatch you in all the right places. They hold you in. They don't roll down. I love them, and I will be repurchasing so many different Lilo Activewear. I really want the black Sculpt top to go with my black leggings, and I want a pair of black shorts as well. So that is on my wish list. But if you are someone looking for activewear and you're in the Perth area, make sure you check out Lilo Active. They're actually a local brand, started in Perth. They've got their warehouse in Perth, so it'll come to you super quickly, and the quality is there. If you're a Pilates girly, you've probably heard of Lilo Active because they have the cute Pilates jumpers, tops, and all the grippy socks as well. So they are amazing, and I love the quality of them. They make me feel so good during my Pilates workouts. If you have time quickly, please subscribe or please leave me a review if you're enjoying this podcast wherever you are listening or watching, on Spotify or YouTube, because it means the world to me that I can get this podcast out to more girls who are in their 20s who want to also look at glowing up and become 1% better every single day whilst living a beautiful, soft, and happy life. So I would love to connect with any other girls who are wanting to do this, because it is my goal to just inspire you guys like I wanted to be inspired years ago when I started listening to podcasts, when I started watching YouTube videos. So I just want to be that girl that helps you achieve whatever you want to achieve in life, and just be a little motivation in the back of your mind while you're on your hot girl walks or while you're on your drives, so that you can just believe in yourself a little bit more, because we all need that. We all need that little push of belief, and I believe that it is a waste of me not to give that to other people. So I'd love to give it to more people around the world. So please share this also on your stories if you're listening to the podcast. I would love a little share, and tag the Instagram Glow With Me Podcast. There's a full stop between each word, and I would love to see where you guys are listening. If you're listening on your hot girl walks, or you're listening by the beach, or if you're listening in your car or while you're studying, I would love to see where you guys listen to me. So let's get into this because we all want to look and feel our best and glow up and feel like we are looking after our skin and our hair, because these are with us like for our whole entire life. So we need to look after this vessel, this body that we are in, and we all want to look our best. And you cannot compare yourself to what other people look like. You cannot say you wish to look like someone else, because that is not possible. Like, their body is made differently, their skin is made differently, their hair is made differently. I used to want dead straight hair. I used to want, you know, a different skin. I wanted tanner skin. I wanted no freckles. I wanted this, I wanted that. You can want all the different things, but it's not going to change the way that you look. Unless you have heaps of money and you can do like plastic surgery, or you can, you know, get hair treatments done every single month to like chemically straighten your hair, whatever it is, you can probably get it done. But I want you to embrace your beauty. I want you to embrace yourself and glow up in ways that make you feel like you love yourself and you love the way that you look, because it will change the way that you show up in the rooms. It'll change the way that you work. It'll change the way that you show up for yourself. It'll change the way that you achieve your goals if you start glowing up and falling in love with who you are. Even though we may not be perfect, you can love the imperfections that you have. So if you know me, I have been on my healthy hair journey for the last couple years, because my hair was so fried from chemical treatments, from getting it lightened at the salon, from using heat on it all the time. And I go through waves of using heat and I go through waves of embracing my natural curls. Right now I'm embracing my natural curls. They're a little bit frizzier than normal, but that is okay. I've got a new hair gel and I probably just need to use more of it, because it was my first time using it the other day. I actually really like the texture of it, but it just was way too soft. Like, I didn't really get that gel cast. But these are some tips that I have learned in my healthy hair journey, which I would love to share with you guys. Number one is looking after your scalp health. Why? Because your scalp health is where your hair grows from. It needs to be a healthy hair environment. You need to make sure that there's not product buildup on there. You need to make sure that you're using the right shampoos for your hair, because I used to neglect this. Back in the day, I did no scalp health. I had no idea about scalp oiling. I had no idea about shampooing. I literally tried to use less shampoo because my hair was so dry, when that was probably not helping my hair grow at all. It was not making sure that there was a healthy scalp environment here. Because if you have product buildup, if you're not shampooing it off properly, you're not going to have a healthy scalp environment. I love scalp oiling for this. I do it once a week. It's going to help promote hair growth. It's going to give nutrients to the scalp that my hair follicles need. It's going to get rid of product buildup, and it's going to just make sure I have a healthier, hydrated scalp environment for my hair to grow from. So I love scalp oiling. You can choose to find whatever scalp oil that works for you. I love ones that don't have any silicones. I love ones that are more natural. I love ones that will help my skin and penetrate into the hair follicle, and that have lots of different essential oils in them to promote healthy hair growth. I also love oiling my ends. If you're someone with dry hair, even if you're someone with oily scalp, you need to dry your ends, because your ends are so far away from your scalp that they're not going to get the nutrients and the natural hair oil that your scalp provides. So you need to be making sure you're looking after these, because if you don't want them snapping off and breaking, feeling dry and brittle, and it will help you in your hair growth journey. I love to oil my hair, especially if you're a girl with curly frizzy hair. You know how much oiling your hair can help, and it's just going to lock in any of the moisture that you've popped in with products beforehand. Another one for your hair is embracing your natural texture. If you have waves, if you have curls, if you have dead straight hair, embrace the natural texture, enjoy it. Don't just keep putting heat on it to pretend that you are someone else. Don't keep damaging your hair in the want to, you know, just want to be someone else, because at the end of the day your hair is going to look more damaged, it's going to be more fried, it's going to take so much more harder work to get it back to what you want it to be. And sometimes I love a good blow dry, I love a good straighten. But if I'm going to be happy with myself and feel happy in my everyday life, I need to embrace the curls that I was born with, and make sure you're implementing masks into your routine. Another tip for looking after your hair is using hair masks or deep conditioners, especially if you're a girly with dry, frizzy, crazy, maybe like wavy hair. You need to use deep conditioners and masks like every single week or every second week to give your hair the moisture that it needs, because sometimes a conditioner just doesn't give you what your hair needs. I love doing a hair mask pretty much every single shower that I'm in, and it just provides more nutrients, more hydration, more moisture, whatever my hair needs, whether I have a damage repair mask, a moisture mask. You can alternate between them. You could use them every second week. Find ones that works with your hair. Everyone loves some volume. Like, you cannot get me wrong, when you have a nice blowout, when you've got curly hair, you want some volume. You don't want your roots like flat, stuck to your head. You want some nice volume in there. Probably not a good day to show you guys, but I love some good volume. So whether you're using like texturizing spray, if you're someone who has a very fine, thin hair and you want to add some texture, you want to add some volume, you want to have some bounce when you have some curls or a blowout, make sure you're using a texturizing spray or using like a volume lift and root. So some sort of spray, could be a powder, on your roots to give you that volume that you need at your roots when you're doing your hair. Maybe incorporate some more heatless hairstyles. This will prevent any further heat damage to your hair, and it can also mean that you get a bit more inventive. So whether you use the ones that go over your hair and you curl it around, whether you use it going down the back of your hair, whether you use socks. Using socks is actually one of my most loved heatless hairstyles. I feel like they come out so good. If you're someone with frizzy hair, then you find like a nice fluffy sock, pull your hair around it, you can put it in a silk bonnet overnight, and I've literally come out with amazing hair the next day just from having it in socks, and it's actually way more comfortable to sleep in than some of those ones that go over your head or down the back of your head. I was literally blown away when I started using heatless hairstyles, and now I'm doing more of my natural like route, so I make sure that I pop it up in a nice high pony, I pop a silk bonnet on, or I have a silk pillowcase to prevent any further frizz from happening overnight. I also would love to try the heatless blowout. So they use like the rods and you roll one at the top of your head and then like two at the back of your head. I really want to get some of those and actually try that, because I feel like that would give the nice blowiest, like bouncy blowout look, and it's just going to hold your blowout that you put in at the start of the week so that you don't have to be using the heat on your hair every single day. It's going to extend the style of your hair throughout that time. So I love incorporating heatless hairstyles, and you should try them too if you haven't. Believe me, they will be a game changer in your routine. You can wake up and have your hair ready in like a 1 minute, instead of sitting there for 40 minutes and styling your hair and causing more damage and then being more unhappy with your hair in the end. Like, just try it. Believe me, you may shock yourself. If you're someone who feels like your heatless hairstyles fall out super quickly, you may have super fine, thin hair. So make sure you're using products before you use your heatless hairstyle. So use a mousse. This is going to give you more hold, more texture. Use a texturizing spray. Use some hairspray after you've pulled them out, and just trial and error different products to make sure that it gives you the hold and the grit that you need on your hair. If you're someone like me with curly hair, your hair will probably hold fine, but it's people with fine, thin, straight hair, your hair is just so silky and so smooth, it's just going to fall straight out. So give it the texture that it needs to be able to hold the hairstyles. Another tip that you cannot skip in your hair care routine is using heat protection every time that you use some sort of heat styling on your hair. Now, believe me, you may think that, oh, I'm just doing a quick touch up, it'll be fine. No, put the heat protectant on, just do it. Just spend the money, get the heat protectant, put it on your hair, because believe me, you will regret it if you end up frying your hair. Your hair will literally be so much more damaged if you forget to use it. I have seen videos of, like, say you put a heat protectant on a toast and you put it in the toaster versus one that doesn't. You will see the differences that heat protectant makes. Make sure that you get a reputable one, make sure you get one that actually works, and make sure you use it right before you use the heat protectant. Will stop working after 4 hours of use. So don't think just because you use it in the morning and you're going to touch up your hair at nighttime that it is still on your hair. It is not on your hair, so make sure you reapply the heat protectant. Also, when it comes to products, make sure you're using products for your hair type. Like I talked about with the heatless hairstyles, make sure you're using things which give you hold, which give you texture, which help smooth frizz, which help, embrace your curls. Whatever it is, find products that help you embrace that. I love using a curl cream, a leave-in conditioner, mousse, and a gel to make sure that I get the texture of the curls that I want. Like I said, I've got a new hair gel, so I'm experimenting right now with how much I need to use. Watch heaps of videos on how other people style their hair, especially if there's someone that has similar hair to yours. Watch how they style it. Watch what products they use. Watch how it helps hold their hair, whether it's their curls, whether it's straight hair, whatever it is, whether it's frizz. You can find so many tips and tricks from different people all over the internet. So just do a little bit of research. Do a little quick TikTok scroll. Do a little search on the internet. Watch YouTube videos. Whatever it is, find who has similar hair to you and start doing their tips and tricks to make yours look its best. Now, when it comes to healthy skin, there are so many different tips and tricks that I could give you guys. I studied beauty therapy back in the day, and I love watching videos. I love learning. I love, playing with different products that have different active ingredients, healing ingredients, things like that. And I feel like having healthy skin is something that I have yearned for so long, because I dealt with hormonal acne the last like 4 or 5 years, and it's been on and off while I was on birth control, and I was just trying to find quick fixes to cover it, but that is not what's going to help. You need to find the cause of it. You need to find the root cause, and you need to work on that, because if you don't work on the root cause, the symptoms and the acne are always going to keep coming back. And I learned this the hard way, and I overdid it with actives. My skin barrier has been broken. I think it still slightly needs more repairing right now, and I'm just going to talk about the tips that I personally use to get my skin looking its best. It is still not 100%. It is not where I want it to be. I still have some active breakouts. I have a lot of inflammation, but it is so much better than what it used to be. And I know from personal experience the toll that it takes on your confidence and the happiness that you can lose when you have bad skin. Now, I am not a dermatologist. I am not someone who is licensed to give you guys advice on your skin, because your skin could be a totally different root cause than what mine was. Yours could be bacterial, it could be fungal, it could be hormonal, it could be from like things that you eat. There are so many different causes, so you need to find yours. Now, if that means speaking to a dermatologist, if that means speaking to a naturopath, if that means speaking to a doctor, find the route that works for you. And I know it can be so hard, because I literally tried so many different things to be able to get my skin to where it is. And these are the tips and tricks and just things that you should maybe think about when it comes to your skincare. So number one, high on my list, is repair your damaged skin barrier if you have it. If you're suffering with inflammation, if you're suffering with acne and you don't know where it's coming from, maybe you've used lots of actives in the past like I did. Like, I am a fiend for active. I love a good retinol. I love a good vitamin C. I love a good acne treatment like azelaic acid. I love, AHAs to make sure I'm exfoliating my skin. I've got no dead skin cells. But if you overdo it, your skin can react badly. And no matter how much you try and put a spot cream on your spot, it could be causing more inflammation and actually making your skin worse, because your barrier has been damaged. So I've been looking so much into barrier repair things the last couple months, and I found some products that I love. So these are things like La Roche-Posay Cicaplast. There's a Avène one as well, using things with centella, using things with ceramides, with, I think it's called panthenol. There's all these kind of like hydrating, barrier repairing things that will repair the outside layer of your skin. You want to look for those kind of ingredients in your skincare routine and really just strip down your skincare routine. Do a cleanser, a toner, which is like moisturizing, maybe a serum that is for barrier repair or hydrating, and then your moisturizer. And always follow with SPF in the mornings. I actually find I don't use a cleanser in the morning. I just rinse my face with water. It's best for my skin. I'm not going to overstrip it. And just going back to the basics could be all that you need. Try it for 4 weeks, let your skin settle out, maybe try it for 6 weeks, then you can start reincorporating the actives when you feel like your skin is ready for it and it's not going to overreact or get inflamed from them. So I highly recommend trying that if you haven't already, or maybe looking it up, seeing if that's what could work for your skin, or seeing a professional and getting their advice on it as well. But I think going back to basics is so important, and no wonder why some people who literally, like your husband or your boyfriend, can just use like literally water and a moisturizer and be completely fine, not need anything else, because they haven't damaged their skin barrier with actives and crazy things that we all try because we see them on the internet and we go, oh, I want to try that, I want to try that. Sometimes you just need to strip it back. Second one that you need to make sure you're doing is SPF. I swear by this on my life. I've always learned that SPF is so good for you. One, it's going to help with aging, because the sun, the irritants in the world are all going to cause stress and havoc on your skin. And we see the most aging when we're out in the sun, because there's UVA, UVB lights, and it's going to age you. It is literally science. It is so true. So make sure you're putting SPF. Don't forget your neck, don't forget your décolletage, don't forget your hands. These are the areas which age the fastest. Also your scalp, so make sure you're using some sort of SPF leave-in cream or products for your scalp which help protect you from the environment. But SPF for your skin is so needed. Like, don't skip it just because it is not sunny outside. Don't skip it because it's winter. Don't skip your SPF. Believe me, it'll be the thing that in 10, 20 years time, you're going to regret doing if you've forgotten it, if you've gone, oh, it's too greasy. There are so many different SPFs out there. There are so many different sunscreens out there, which are targeted for people with oily skin, which are thinner, serum based. Like, I love the La Roche-Posay. I think Ultraviolet has some, Avene has some, and they're like a serum. They're not a thick, heavy, smelling like sunscreen thing. They literally just like glide on the skin. I love them. Even my husband loves them, and he hates sunscreen. So find one that works for your skin, and you know, make sure you look at the ingredients, make sure that it is covering you enough. SPF 30 and above. Don't go anything under that. SPF 15 is probably not even going to do anything for your skin, especially if you are someone who lives in Australia. We have some of the harshest sun rays, and we have the highest rate of like skin cancers. My mum had skin cancer, my nan had skin cancer. I am making sure I am cautious of putting sunscreen on, and believe me, it can be forgetful to like put it on your body, but find ones that you enjoy putting on and that don't leave you with that sticky or sunscreen smell, because I know it can be so annoying. Like, you don't want to do that. So find like sprays which nicely moisturize and just go straight into the skin. I love a good spray from La Roche-Posay. I think I used them all when we went up north traveling, and it was so good. You just spray it on, it literally melted into the skin, you didn't feel sticky. And there are so many different out there, so don't regret it in 10-20 years when you have fine lines, wrinkles, aging dark spots, and all the other things that come from sun damage, or even cancers. Like, skin cancers literally come from it, so be careful. Double cleansing. Why is double cleansing talked about so much? Because it's actually going to help cleanse your skin and make sure you're getting any dead skin cells, make sure you're getting any makeup, making sure you're getting all your sunscreen off of your face first before you do your second cleanse, which is actually going to get into the pores and clear out any gunk, any debris, any dead skin cells. It's going to help you actually cleanse your skin. Like, one cleanse is just not enough. Now, you can do your first cleanse with micellar water. You could do your first cleanse with an oil cleanse. Find what works for your skin. Some people also love balms. Balms are so nice, especially if you have dry skin. And then go in with your second cleanser as a water-based cleanser, or like a gel foaming cleanser, or a hydrating cleanser. Whatever works for your skin, just go in with 2 cleansers. Believe me, your skin will thank you, because it will actually be clean. And it leaves such a better base for your serums, for your moisturizers, for whatever you're going to put on your skin afterwards to actually penetrate into your skin, because you're making sure that it's clean. You don't want your skin cleaned feeling stripped or dry though, so make sure that you're choosing cleansers that don't overstrip your skin, because of course then your skin's going to overcompensate and try and produce more oils, and then you'll probably find you have more breakouts because you've overstripped your skin. What are active ingredients in your skincare, and how can you layer them to make sure that you are using them properly and you're not damaging your skin barrier, you're not seeing adverse results, anything like that? I love active skincare. I love vitamin C, I love retinol, I love AHAs, BHAs, all those types of things that play a vital role in keeping your skin healthy, in getting rid of bad bacteria, in aging, like getting rid of fine lines and wrinkles, or at least preventing them. There are so many different things. Vitamin C is best for brightening your skin. So if you feel like you're feeling dull, I use this every single morning in between my rinsing my face and then my daily moisturizer with sunscreen. It just gives me a brightness, and you want to look for ingredients that are easy for your skin to take in. There's so many different derivatives of vitamin C, so look up what works best for your skin. Maybe you need a gentler one, maybe you need an oil-based one, maybe you want a water-based one. There are so many different types, but make sure it's in a bottle that is in a dark glass bottle, or something that does not have light penetrate it, because vitamin C can be unstable, and it is unstable. The sun can penetrate it, and then that vitamin C is not going to work. You're going to be putting it on your skin, it's going to be doing absolutely nothing. Make sure you're putting it in a cabinet away from any light, and you're using it within the time frame that it says to use it in. I love retinol, but if you're looking for something that is a bit more calmer on your skin, then you could also go Bakuchi oil. These are going to help in the aging process. It is a vitamin A, so it's going to help renew and reboost like the collagen. It's going to help turn over your skin cells so much faster, which then aids in any fine lines, wrinkles, aging, everything like that. It also is going to help with like sunspots. It's going to help with premature aging, dark spots, anything like that. I love a good retinol. Now, you want to start really gentle, so you want to use one that's a lower strength. Then you can always go to a retinol. You can always go to a retinoid, such as tretinoin, things like that. Make sure you look up what's going to work for your skin. Maybe see a dermatologist, a doctor. But this is so crucial. Some people swear by it every night. Some people swear by it every second night, third night. Do what works best with your skin, but it is going to help you with aging so much more than any other product in your skincare routine that I personally find. AHAs and BHAs help exfoliate the skin. So instead of using like a physical scrub, they are a chemical based exfoliant. So you will find them in toners, you could find them even in your cleansers, and you'll find them in serum. So you're going to pop them on and it's going to work at buffing away dead skin cells, cleaning out your oil glands, cleaning out your pores, and making sure there's nothing that is going to clog them. So AHAs are a bit more gentler. They're more for like the surface area of your skin, buffing away at dead skin cells. BHAs are going to get into the pores and clear out any debris. So make sure you know what the difference is between them, and if you're incorporating into your routine, don't use them with a retinoid, don't use them with a vitamin C, do them on a completely different night. Don't use them together either. Don't use AHAs and BHAs together. That can cause redness, inflammation, and things that your skin just won't be happy with you for. Of course, you've probably heard this 1,000 times. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Why? Because water is going to hydrate our skin from the inside out, but water alone is probably not going to do enough. You need to find like electrolytes such as coconut water. Maybe you add some electrolytes to your water because you really want to be hydrated from the inside out to see that glowiness on the outside. Also, what I highly recommend is taking supplements that work best for your skin, especially if you're someone that suffers with hormonal acne, or you've maybe just like your body's just not right inside, your gut is not right. Make sure you're taking supplements that work on that, because your gut issues are going to show in your skin. Your skin is your biggest organ of your body. So if there is something going on inside, it is probably going to come out in your skin. There are toxins that you may need to remove. So make sure that you're taking things. There are so many different supplements out there, such as zinc, milk thistle, like probiotics and things like that. I personally take an acne line, which is for acne prone skin, and that has really helped in me clearing up my acne, as well as paring back my skincare routine, because I knew that there was something wrong with my gut, but I just didn't know where to start. And making sure that I'm looking after the inside means that I'm glowing on the outside. I love a good facial massage or a gua sha. Why? Because it's going to help get rid of toxins. Like I talked about before, you may have toxins building up underneath your skin that need to be moved around the body and released by the body, but you just haven't been able to do that. So you need to do this by exercising. One, you can do it on like a rebounder, like a trampoline. You can go on those vibrating plates, dry brushing, but something that you can do for your face is gua sha or facial massage. So I'm not an expert at this, but you want to open up here. So you do 5 circles around the chest area, just kind of where the collarbone ends. That's going to open up the lymph nodes there. Then you want to open up the ones just underneath the ears, behind the ears, open them up for 5. Then I love doing the ones in front of the ears, just here. And then at the temples as well, you've also got ones you can open up around the nose. And then I do facial massage where I run my hands up my chin just to release any fluid, tension, and then I run them down my neck to make sure that I'm flushing them out my neck, making sure I'm doing all that. And then you can do your ones across your cheek, across your nose, across your forehead. Make sure you're always working in upwards motions and not pulling your face down, because we don't want to be dragging anything downwards. We want it all to stay up and pretty and youthful, so we're dragging it all up. But you can watch YouTube videos, you can watch TikToks, you can watch Instagram, you can look up face massages, gua sha. They are so easy, and it will just get rid of any puffiness and make sure that you're draining any toxins from your face as well. Something that I've discovered within the last year, which I absolutely love and I highly recommend for anyone starting out their skincare journey, is Korean skincare. Why? The Koreans have beautiful skincare. Have you not seen them? They literally live off 10-step skincare routines, which are all hydrating. They look amazing. Their skin is always plump. They're not suffering with inflammation as much as we do. And I've personally found that a lot of their ingredients and a lot of their serums really work at hydrating the skin, repairing the skin barrier, and they literally just feel amazing, and they're super affordable as well. I found serums for like less than $20. A lot of my cleansers are Korean, which are like $20, $30. My most loved eye cream is the eye cream from Beauty of Joseon. It's got retinol in there and it's got ginseng, so it's going to brighten the under eye area. It's going to prevent any fine lines and wrinkles, and it literally feels so good going on the skin. I also am a lover of the Beauty of Joseon moisturizer, the Dynasty Cream. Oh my gosh, that thing is like heaven for my skin. It is so hydrating. It like locks in any of the serums that I put in beforehand, and it leaves my skin feeling so plump afterwards. I do not get any dryness after using that, and it's not heavy, so it's not like a thick cream. It's really nice and lightweight. I would repurchase that 1,000 times over if I could. Like, it's one of my holy grail Korean skincares. I also love the Centella serums. I love anything hydrating. I love the Anua toners. I've got the clear one, which is the heart leaf, and then also the milky like rice toner, I believe. I love them. They hydrate my skin. They prep my skin ready for any serums that I want to put on afterwards. So highly recommend trying out Korean skincare if you haven't already. You can probably find so many different things on Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram of which ones are best rated or which ones that would suit your skin better, because some are best for acne prone skin, for oilier skin, for drier skin. But I highly recommend you try some with good reviews, because they have not done me any wrong since I've got them. Another tip for your skin is always to take your makeup off before bed. Like I said, double cleansing, putting on a serum and a moisturizer. You're going to thank yourself. Your tomorrow self is going to thank you as well, because you're not leaving all this like dry makeup all over your skin. More prone to having acne, more prone to being broken out, more prone to all the bad things that we don't want. Now, some skin tips for your body. Make sure that you are dry brushing. Like I said before, it's going to help release any toxins. It's going to help exfoliate your skin, and you're just going to feel lighter. It's going to maybe help with some cellulite, any of that stuff, because it's getting rid of the toxins and the bad things from your body. Now, do this before every single shower. I am bad at forgetting this, but I leave my brush hanging up on a little hook, and it just reminds me, oh, I need to do that before I get in the shower. Even if it's 2 minutes, it's going to help more than if you forget it. Always moisturize or body oil after the shower as well. Our skin can lose the hydration super quick after we get out of the shower. We can then feel dry. You're not going to feel as confident when you wear your shorts or your skirts. Moisturize and body oil, and it will just keep everything supple. It'll keep everything hydrated, and you will thank yourself in the long term for it. Well, I hope that those tips and tricks helped you with your hair and skin glow up journey, because I know that I'm personally looking to glow up my hair and skin every single week that goes by, because we want to feel confident in ourselves, and that can come with outer beauty as well as inner beauty. And these little tips and tricks don't have to cost you an arm and a leg. They don't have to take up 10 hours of your day. They don't have to be a 10-step routine. Like, whatever it is, find what works for you. Add one thing in every week. If you maybe haven't double cleansed, add that in this week. If you don't dry brush, add that in next week. If you don't know what active ingredients, look them up and maybe buy one that suits your skin. If you don't scalp oil, like oil your scalp, do that the next week. Don't think that you need to overhaul and do them all at once. There is no way that you are going to help your bank account, you're going to help your mindset if you think that you need to just overhaul your entire routine and do it all at once. You can start adding these in small doses, just like I did. Like, I've been on my healthy hair and skin journey for like 4 years. I did not add them in all at once. I slowly introduced things, and I found out what worked for my skin, what worked for my hair, and what didn't. It is trial and error, but I hope that you find what works for you guys. If you guys made it all the way through this episode, thank you so much for listening to me and letting me be in your ear holes again on your hot girl walk or your drive or wherever you were listening. I would really love if you reviewed this podcast with 5 stars or subscribed if you're watching on YouTube. It means the world to me and means that I can get this podcast out to so many other girls who are looking to glow up and become 1% better every single day. And I hope that you try these tips and tricks as we go into spring and summer, so that you can feel your glowiest, your healthiest, and you start embracing your beauty from within, your beauty on the outside, and you stop comparing to all the other people out there and just focus on what you can improve upon, because there are tips and tricks out there which are so crazy and maybe you get worked up in it, but these are like little things that you can probably add into your routine over time, and I really hope that they help you. So without further ado, I'm gonna talk to you guys another time. Thank you for listening to the podcast Glow With Me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.